Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have something very interesting to show you, which is going to be the vintage vehicle pack for SuperB Warfare mod. Now, this vehicle pack adds a ton of ground-based vehicles along with some attack helicopters and fighter planes like the F-35, and all of these vehicles, they look absolutely amazing. Also, they are easy to control and they are pretty destructive in power. Now, I'm very happy that SuperB Warfare finally started getting its own content packs, and this is going to be my first showcase for it. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. So the first vehicle on our list is going to be the BTR-80 Armored Personal Carrier. This is an 8-wheeled APC which can be used for sustained firepower. Now it comes in two variants, the green one and the khaki variant, and from the models you can see this looks absolutely amazing, which holds true for most of the vehicles in this mod. Now it has two offensive weapons, the 7.62 machine gun along with the 30 autocannon, and the autocannon doesn't really do that much damage to solid blocks. It can break soft blocks like brass and other blocks like wood. However, it is an excellent source for sustained firepower and also crowd control ability. Now the armor on this thing isn't that great. You can break it using the BTR itself. However, on a main battle tank, the gun will overheat, but the main battle tank won't break. So yeah, that's that. Also, it can take two hits from an RPG before breaking and a single hit from a javelin launcher. But then again, javelin is javelin, it deals 700 damage, so it one-shots most things in this mod. Now, coming up next is the Humvee, or should I say the ambulance variant of the Humvee. Now, this one doesn't really have any offensive weapons at all. However, it has a good amount of capacity for other people to sit, and this is how it looks like when it's going. Now, on the armor side of things, it doesn't really have that much armor. So, yeah, a one shot from a main battle tank, and there goes. Boom. Same goes for the RPG. So, that's the Humvee. And next up, we have the Stryker, or basically the M1128, which is the mobile gun system. Now, this one also can be used for sustained firepower, and the gun on this, it deals very high damage. So, it won't really be visible on these mobs here, but when I use this on a vehicle, you can see the amount of damage it deals. Also, it takes 4 seconds between each shots if you have enough in the inventory. So yeah, there comes the sustained firepower part. And now you can see a single hit basically brings down the health to 57, and another hit will just make it go boom. Same goes for the main battle tank, a few hits on the tank from the side, and there it goes. However, the armor on this also isn't that great. Like with the javelin, there it goes, one shot at the entire thing. Alright, so that's the mobile gun system. Now we come to another striker variant, which is the one or basically 1296, the Dragoon variant. This one has a 30 autocannon along with a 7.62 machine gun. And it's kind of the same like the BTR in all of the stats that it has. The armament, the armor, everything is nearly the same. Also, another cool thing is these vehicles can deploy smoke like this. So you can have a smoke screen, and the keybind for this is going to be the X key. So pressing X, you can deploy smoke. Now we come to the helicopters, the attack gunships, I should say. The first one being the Mi-24 comes in three variants, the standard one, then the Poland and the Ukrainian. And all three have the same weapons, the 70 rocket pod. Uh, no, not the 70. Okay, yeah, 70 rocket pod and 20 autocannon. So that's that. And this one, when you are controlling it in the third person view, it doesn't really look that great because it takes up a lot of screen. However, in first person view, it's pretty awesome. You can control it easily. Using space, you go up. And when you are down, like very close to the ground, there is also a terrain warning, which helps you while flying. It's a pretty cool GUI design in my opinion. And there goes the Wither with the rockets. And you can do a strafing run like this. On the armor side of things, it can take two RPG hits or it goes boom. Next up, we have the AH-1 Cobra, another attack helicopter. Now, this one comes with 20 autocannon, 70 rocket, same as before. However, this also has the AGM on it. So let's spawn some wardens, and the AGM-65, I think it does lock onto targets, if I'm not wrong about this. So this one is much easier to control or look at in third person view, as you can see more of the screen, so where you are aiming and stuff like that. And it has the same warnings when you are flying too close to the ground. However, once again, controlling this in first person is actually pretty awesome. So you can have battles with like Withers, Dragon, same thing we did with MC Heli in 1710. You can relive those days again. And yeah, crashing or bringing it down too fast won't do you any good. So that's the AH-1 Cobra. And finally, we have the F-35 from this mod, the last military vehicle. However, along with this, I also want to show the F-35 from another vehicle pack, which is the Ash vehicle pack. Now, this one, you can see the model of vintage vehicle pack is definitely on the higher quality side. However, it lacks in armament quality and also the flight control. So let me show you what I mean. First, let's start with the vintage vehicles pack and just build up enough speed to lift off. And you control these things with mouse pretty much. A and D keys aren't used that much. And the spacebar button, by the way, is used to lift the landing gear, a question which I was asked a lot. So yeah, spacebar to lift the landing gear. And on this F-35, you have the 30 autocannon along with the AGM-65. So there are only two offensive weapons that you can use on this one, and controlling it is smooth. But I find the F-35 from Ash vehicles, this one right here, to be much smoother, to be honest. So this one also has the 30 autocannon, 70 rocket pods, the Mk-82 bombs, the Mark 82, and the AGM-65. So can you see here how smooth this is? I love flying around in this F-35. I even made a shot for it because this pack is awesome. I'm going to make a full review for Ash's vehicle pretty soon. And yeah, that's the 30 along with the rocket barrage. And now let's drop some bombs on this beautiful village here. There goes our four bombs, and finally the AGM-65. So yeah, this is much smoother. I just like this F-35 much more than the vintage vehicle pack. So on the model side of things, not so much, but when controlling and flying in this thing, it's pretty amazing. Next up, let's come to some civilian vehicles. There's a single car along with two bikes or two-wheelers, if you would like to call it that. And these are pretty standard things. Like there's nothing too special about them, armor-wise and controlling-wise. And finally, vintage vehicle pack, I think it also has a helmet along with bulletproof armor. However, when I did put them on, I wasn't able to see them. So I don't know why that is, but yeah, maybe it will be fixed in some upcoming updates or something like that. So that was an entire showcase for the vintage vehicles pack for SuperB Warfare mod. I hope you enjoyed it. It is an amazing pack. I want you guys to try it out and let me know what you think of it. Also, if there are any other things I should try out, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace out and stay safe.